Trade talks between the U.S. and China nearly ground to a halt this past week, but President Trump is defending his higher tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese goods. Several chances coming up, though, for the two sides to try again for a deal. Moon Gun-young has this report.
U.S. President Donald Trump weighed in further on the state of trade negotiations, saying the U.S. was right where we want to be and poised to collect tens of billions of dollars in tariffs from China. That's a view at odds with his top economic advisor, who acknowledged earlier in the day that U.S. companies and consumers would also pay the tariff bill. In a fresh tweet Sunday, the American president said it was Beijing that broke the deal and then sought to renegotiate. He also refloated a plan from Friday to redirect money generated by tariffs to buy up U.S. agricultural products and, quote, distribute the food to starving people around the world. But earlier in the day, White House Economic Director Larry Kudlow conceded that American consumers will end up paying for the administration's tariffs on Chinese imports, contradicting Trump's claims that the Chinese will foot the bill. In his first interview since high-level talks between Chinese and American officials broke up Friday without a deal, Kudlow said that both sides will suffer from the growing trade war. He also said although no date has been set so far, China has invited U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin back to Beijing. And it's also likely that the leaders of the U.S. and China will meet in the next couple of weeks.
The talks will continue, and I will say this, there's a G20 meeting in Japan toward the end of June next month. The chances that President Trump and President Xi will get together at that meeting are probably pretty good.
The ongoing trade feud between the world's two biggest economies is roiling global markets and weighing on projections for growth. The Trump administration on May 10th boosted tariffs on $200 billion in Chinese goods to 25% from 10% and gave Beijing 1 month to strike a deal or face tariffs on all its exports to the United States. Moon Gun-young, Arirang News.